Fair enough.
Don't know much
Um,
about hockey, but kind of went similar to picks I did in a pool last year with a couple friends, so I'm gonna go with that.
all right. And before we close out the hockey segment, because obviously none of us are hockey experts, so I'm going to go to Carl again. Carl, what should we be on the lookout for this year? Any sleepers? Any uh, breakout
Oh, all right.
stars?
Teams that I like that maybe some people don't, or I can tell you teams I don't. There's a couple teams I really have. I wouldn't say dislike for, but just think they're not going to have a good season. Despite making, or let's just say that with the new name, the Arizona Coyotes are going to be just as bad, if not, I think they'll be worse. So that's a team I think will severely drop from last year, because last year they were already falling from where they were 2 years ago when they finally made the conference finals. Although I would like to note this: the Sharks may seem like a much more successful franchise than the Coyotes. If the Sharks have made 3 conference finals, the Coyotes have made 1. I'm feeling depressed about my franchise right now, but that's where you go. A big thing to look for: a couple sleepers. I think Minnesota was the 4th seed last year in the West. I think in the regular season they'll be stronger this year, specifically if Darcy Cooper does better in goal. And then in the East, I think the Rangers again could be a really good team in the regular season, mainly because I think Henrik Lundqvist has the potential this year to be the best goalie in the NHL. I think he always has that potential, but this year seems like a year for him to finally step up his game and prove that in the regular season. And then, I think that the East will be much closer to the West this year than last year. I think they'll be closer because last year seemed way off. And I think the Atlantic has the chance to be maybe the strongest division. I mean, you've got Toronto, who's better than most people think. You've got Boston, you've got Tampa, you've got Montreal, you've got Detroit. So, look for the Atlantic to be a surprisingly good division.
All right. And right before we go to break, I'm going to hand it over to another hockey expert we have. We have Brandon Albertson on the line. Brandon, what you got for us?
Hey, guys, what's going on? Carl, I just wanted to ask you a question. What do you think about the Sharks this season?
Ooh, the Sharks this the Sharks this beep. I think that the Sharks beep will, I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they always will make the playoffs, and I think that once again they're going to have issues making it any farther than the first or second round. The Pacific has 3 very strong teams in the Kings, the Ducks, and the Sharks. And the fact is that the Sharks have proved time and time again that the playoffs are just not their time. They have now made the playoffs. It's them and the Red Wings who have made the most playoffs in a row. I haven't looked this up, but I'm pretty sure that this is true. I think the Sharks have made the most playoff appearances in a row without making the Stanley Cup final. Not sure, I'm just guessing out there. But I think they're going to be at 11 or 12 of them now in a row, and they still haven't made a Stanley Cup final. I mean, we've got 4 first places in the West, and we still haven't. Quite impressive. So I think we'll make the playoffs, and then once again find a new way to falter out of them.
All right. Well, thanks, Carl. Maybe we'll see you later on in the year before we actually figure out hockey.
Oh, yeah,
guys, pretty
Did
soon.
you enjoy Oregon's win over UCLA today, Carl?
I did enjoy it, especially because even though we won by 12, we didn't really win by 12. We were up by 32, and we kind of fell asleep in the fourth quarter, and we still won by double digits. I'm very happy about that win.
How nice is it to be able to taunt Jake Liker about anything?
Oh, and the Sharks beat the Kings this week too. I've got full on bragging rights this week. It's a great week.
It's great for me because I get to come on and taunt him about how I'm going to beat him at fantasy football this season.
That sounds like a good time, and have fun with that, TV.
All right, and guys, if you want more hockey coverage, you can check out mine and Carl's show, Top Shelf, on Infinity Sports Network. We don't have a schedule yet, but we'll let you know. Carl, do we have a Facebook page yet?
No, we don't have a Facebook page yet, but we should have a Facebook page at some point.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out. Fair enough. Thanks, Carl. We'll see you later.
Bye, Carl.
All right, our friend from the Pacific Northwest. So guys, we're gonna head to commercial real quick. When we come back, Garden State Sharks. Then we have the ever famous Bruh of the Week, college football, the hometown roundup, all that good stuff.
And we still take your calls.
Yeah, we'll still take your calls. All right, we'll be right back.
Kicking it. What are we kicking? A soccer ball. That's right, Infinity Sports Network now has its very own soccer show. Hosted by none other than Jake Leiker, Byron Tollefson, and Noah Tabor. We bring you all the latest news on and off the pitch in the soccer world, whether it be the international or club level. Like us on Facebook at Kicking It. And don't forget to tune in once a week on Spreaker.com/Infinity Sports Network. Listen to us there.
And we are back. Gotta love those guys from Kicking It. I've actually discussed with them being on their show because I actually am sort of understanding soccer now.
No, you're not.
Snowball.
Don't tell me that, Nick.
Snowball, I actually just started playing FIFA yesterday, so I'm getting
how long
there.
I've been playing FIFA? 4 years. So.
4 years. Well, I gotta say, it is a great game. I currently have a Bundesliga squad, and then for fitness, I swap out a BPL squad. Mauro Zarate, he is a beast.
Yes, he is.
I pair him up. I just got Welbeck today, so I pair them up. It's deadly.
We'll talk about this later.
Nick
All right.
does not like to be called incompetent about anything, even though he kind of is.
Because I am incredibly smart. I think we all know that.
I mean, Jersey people are usually known to be smart, but you might not be from Jersey, Nick.
I'm not your typical Jersey boy.
Okay.
All right, so let's get to our Garden State Sharks segment. Just to recap last week. Oh, we have another caller before I even get to that. All right. Who we got on the line now?
It's Jim again.
Oh, it's Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy?
I actually have some good news for you guys.
What's up?
My dad works for iHeartRadio, and if you guys answer some sport trivia correctly, he might be able to get you a good deal actually with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And this isn't a joke.
No, I'm actually dead serious.
All right.
I can give you his name, and I can give you every information, and you can look him up.
All right. Well, you can contact us after the show. We'll get back to you on that one. You got a question for us, or?
Well, my dad's actually watching the stream live, and he wanted to hear you, see how much you guys actually know.
All right, bring it on.
We know a lot.
Alright, so I wrote down a couple questions, and I wanted to see if you guys know the answer to them. Is that good?
Yeah, sure. Bring it on.
Alright, so who is the center back for the New England Patriots?
The center back for the New England Patriots?
Yep.
Do you mean the cornerback, Jimmy?
Yep.
The cornerback.
Darrell Reeves.
Yep.
We got Darrell Revis. We got Brandon Browner. Do you need more than that?
Nope. On to the next question.
All right.
Alright, now they're going to get a little bit hard.
Okay.
Who is one of the tight ends on the Browns?
The Browns, we got Jordan Cameron.
Perfect. Alright. Now, it's going to get really hard. Alright. Who won the 1956 World Series?
No, hold on. 56?
66 or 56?
Darn Larson's perfect game. That was that year.
56, you said?
New York Yankees, because that was Don Larson's perfect game year.
Okay.
The New York Yankees won the World Series in 1956. Don Larson threw a perfect game.
There we go.
All right, you got more?
Alright. 3 more questions.
3 more. All right.
Oh boy, I wasn't ready for this. I
Bigger
didn't
than
study.
a little podcast station with 5 views.
What?
Repeat the question.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Alright, so in 1976,
Yeah.
who won the Super Bowl?
1976. Are we talking the 1976 season or the 1976 Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
All right, so 1976, that would be Super Bowl 10 or Super Bowl 11?
I think it's your team, Nick.
Say that again?
Super Bowl 10 or Super Bowl
I
11?
think it's the Steelers.
Super
Wasn't
Bowl
the
10.
Steelers? 'Cause
That would be the Pittsburgh Steelers over
I
the
think
Dallas
so.
Cowboys. Lynn Swann was the MVP.
What was the score?
21-17.
21-17.
Excellent. Very good. All right, so my dad's watching it. He's actually really impressed with everything you guys know. So you guys are gonna possibly become something big.
What was that?
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck you right in the pussy!
Wow. I had such a funny feeling about that. It's not even funny. Okay. So Garden State Sharks.
You good there, CB?
Yeah, I'm good.
CB shocked. No, see, I thought that was a joke too.
I didn't think that was real.
CB was totally serious. He thought he was gonna get like a full ride to some amazing broadcasting school.
I had a glimpse of like me sitting in the studio somewhere.
I was like, iHeartRadio.
All right.
Okay, so last week, first game, Steelers minus 6.5 at the Jaguars. Of course, we all picked my Steelers. The Steelers covered and won 17-9, beat those Jaguars. Then we had Bears plus 2.5 at the Panthers. I don't know why we all picked the Bears, because the Panthers covered and won 31-24. And then, mistakenly, myself and CB, we had faith in the Arizona Cardinals. Drew Stanton got knocked out, and they had to put in Logan Thomas, Virginia Tech product. So I don't know how that game would have turned out if Drew Stanton didn't get knocked out. But Snowball, you were right. Broncos covered and won 41-20. And then, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my NFC South pick for this year, at the New Orleans Saints. Snowball picked the Saints, and the Saints won 37-31, but me and CB picked the Bucks plus 10.5, and the Bucks covered. And then, final game, we had Texans plus 6.5 at the Cowboys. We all picked the Cowboys, and the Cowboys won 20-17, but the Texans covered 6.5 point spread. So, standings up to date. Myself and CB are still tied. 11-12. Snowball's just barely had 13-10, but we look to change that this week. So first off, we have my Steelers plus 1 at the Browns. I don't know what you guys are thinking picking the Browns, because I think the Steelers will win this one. So Snowball, I'll let you take this one. How much are the Browns going to win by?
Upset City. Browns are going to win by...
Well, the Browns are favored by 1 point.
10 to 20
Browns
points.
The Browns are favored, Matt.
Oh. Well, still, all right. Most people think the Steelers are going to win, but I'm going with the Browns. Okay. My bad there, folks. I mean, I just think the Browns are going to win 10 to 20 points. So
10 to 20
yeah.
points?
Mhm.
All right, Snowball's going to be
Hoyer,
drug
man.
tested after tonight's show.
I've been on the Hoyer. I've liked Hoyer since he's
Okay, I don't think the Browns are going to win by that much, but I do think the Browns will win. They've been playing really solid this year. The first time they played, the Steelers needed a game-winning field goal to win that game. I think the Browns are starting to work a little bit better as a team. They've Ben Tate back, healthy now. I think the Browns are a team that's going to only continue to improve this year, especially when they get Josh Gordon out, get him back from his drug suspension. I think the Browns are going to win this game by at least 4 or 5 points, probably somewhere in that range, because they've been able to manage. They haven't really done anything to wow you, but their defense is solid, and they managed the game really well. The Steelers just haven't impressed me, especially with the late. I think the Browns are going to win this game by 4 or 5 points.
All right, I say this being surrounded by 3 different Steelers jerseys, a couple different pennants, and a Hines Ward and Jack Lambert fathead. The Steelers are winning this game. So, nice easy win for me this week. Next, we have the Chargers minus 7.5 at the Raiders. You guys are picking the Chargers, understandably so. But I still have faith in Derek Carr and the Raiders. CB, tell me why I'm wrong.
Because Tony Soprano's coaching the team. That's why.
Tony Sparano.
He's probably one of the worst coaches I've ever seen. It was a